Alright guys, AZ, Andrew Zimba right here for you. Now, I got a video for you tonight. Now, we all know that the Royal Rumble this past Sunday fucking sucked. It was an absolute shit show. Now, the reason I'm saying it's a shit show, because I love the WWE. I love the product. I wanted to like the Royal Rumble. I'm a huge fan of the Royal Rumble. One of my favorite pay-per-view of the year. My favorite gimmicks of the year. So I wanted to succeed, right? I wanted it to be a good Rumble. I love WWE. I've loved it since a young age. And I love, and I almost say love, but I thoroughly enjoy watching Daniel Bryan. I'm not afraid to admit it, I'm a Daniel Bryan fanboy. Now you can tell, of course, there's an abundance of Daniel Bryan fans out there. So you can tell at the Royal Rumble, for the reign of booze, no pun intended, for Roman Reigns. Some guys out there say that, yeah, I like Daniel Bryan, I like him for his in-ring skill, he's a good worker, and yada yada yada, but I don't consider him a face of the company. Well, I do consider him a face of the company. He has the mic skills to back it up, he has the obvious in-ring work to back it up. So, what I want to discuss with you guys here tonight is possible WrestleMania opponents for Daniel Bryan at WrestleMania, now that he is not in the main event, as that is saved for Brock Lesnar and Reigns for the championship. So, like I said, I really want the Rumble to succeed. I mean, the last good Rumble that I've seen had to be 2007 maybe. Shawn Michaels and Undertaker at the end, those two fighting it out for a chance. Of course, Undertaker defeated Batista to continue his streak to win the World Heavyweight Championship, and Shawn Michaels went on to face John Cena in the Classic for the WWE Championship. 2008, yeah, John Cena won, okay. 2006 was great too, one of the best moments that I've ever seen. Rey Mysterio winning the Royal Rumble and then going on to win the World Heavyweight Championship. Chris Benoit in 2004, one of the best moments in WWE history that I have had the privilege of watching. Him flipping Big Show over the top rope and sending him to the floor, punching his ticket to defeat Shawn Michaels and Triple H at the Showcase of the Immortals, WrestleMania 20, one of the greatest moments of all time. Similar to another great moment when Daniel Bryan won the championship. Now, possible opponents that I've been jogging in my mind, which probably might not happen. There's only like one or two on this list that I think actually have the chance of happening. So the first man on my list is the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels. Now, Shawn Michaels is one of my favorite in-ring performers of all time. I think he is one of my favorites. He is probably the favorite for me. A lot of people don't like him for his backstage antics, him being an asshole backstage. You guys, it's all well documented in the late 90s. Go watch his documentaries, Heartbreaking Triumph. I watched it numerous times, have it on DVD. It's a great watch. But I respect Shawn Michaels. I think he is one of the, if not the greatest in-ring performers of all time. So I think if Daniel Bryan and Shawn Michaels face each other, I think the build-up, the booking, it booked itself. Okay, with Daniel Bryan being a protege, if you will, of Shawn Michaels, him going to the Shawn Michaels wrestling school, Shawn Michaels being a mentor to Daniel Bryan. Also, Shawn Michaels super kicking Daniel Bryan, Sweet Chin Music at Hell in a Cell 2013. It booked itself. You have to have that great feud between these two. This would be a fucking 5-star classic. Very similar to the match at WrestleMania 21, Kurt Angle, Shawn Michaels. Instant 30-minute 5-star classic. This would be a great match. However, Shawn Michaels is one of those WWE legends and Hall of Famers that is in retirement, that is most likely not going to come out of retirement. About a recent interview about a few years ago, Shawn Michaels said that he knew not to mess with a good thing. That good thing being him retiring against those two matches, 25-26 against Taker. Two of the greatest matches of all time, 25 being the best match I've ever seen at WrestleMania, Undertaker and Shawn Michaels. Bar none. There's been some other ones, but one of my favorite of all time. So Shawn Michaels, he's gonna have to have a lot of persuading to get him to come out of retirement. So it's kind of like a dream match for me. However, if these two did go down at WrestleMania, I think it would be a fucking amazing match. Next guy on my list, which is also probably not gonna happen, Kurt Angle. Now, the technical prowess. Can you imagine these two in the ring? Just picture it. Close your eyes. Picture it in your mind. Kurt Angle, an Olympic gold medalist. He picked up wrestling in a fucking week. Pro wrestling. He is to wrestling as fish is to water. Quoting Paul Heyman, as a bird is to air. Okay? Kurt Angle, the Olympic gold medalist, one of the greatest wrestlers of all time, against Daniel Bryan. Can you imagine these two going at it? Another 30-minute classic. Once again, going back to 21. Kurt Angle and Daniel Bryan. Oh my god, what a fucking amazing match. But one problem with that match, Kurt Angle is making his final run in wrestling, pro wrestling, with TNA. Unfortunately, he kind of stabbed himself in the back. I guess he shot himself in the foot, going behind Triple H's back to speak to Vince. Vince was like, well, Triple H, Paul Levesque, is the head of talent relations. He deals with that. Kind of went behind Hunter's back. Hunter didn't really like that. So, well, we may get it. I don't know. We'll see. But pretty sure Kurt Angle is not going to come back to WWE. Another match. Bear with me. SummerSlam 2013. John Cena and Daniel Bryan excelled at their match. Obviously, it was not match of the night. Not only was Brock Lesnar versus CM Punk match of the night, it was also, in my opinion, fucking match of the year. I forget if they won the match of the year. All I know is I think it's the match of the year. Now, I'm just thinking right now, when the build for that match, the Beast versus the Best, to be honest, I didn't really think, I had trouble believing that it would come off believable. With CM Punk, of course, being a smaller guy, he's not the biggest guy in the world, facing a 300-pound man, 6'4", in Brock Lesnar. However, as Shawn Michaels said in the panel, thank you, Brock Lesnar and CM Punk. They pulled off the match of the year. CM Punk pulling off all these submissions, triangle choke, all that shit. Brock Lesnar is a fucking beast, using all his power. Great finish for the match, and F5 on the steel chair. Now I'm thinking in my mind, when I watched Daniel Bryan being interviewed by Renee Young, I was thinking, you have the perfect Goliath and the perfect David. How can you not book that match? Whatever, you guys know how I feel about that after watching my Royal Rumble review. Go check that out. So my videos go to my channel. Show that shit some support, get some likes, get some views. So as for John Cena, and Daniel Bryan, I feel like, of course, Daniel Bryan with his in-ring skill, and John Cena rather, of course, he's not a good wrestler by any means, but he has the pounding ground attack that will gel nicely, as you saw at SummerSlam 2013. It will mesh nicely. They also fought back in 2003 on SmackDown, I believe, or it was Velocity when they had those shows, Heat Velocity. So I think the in-ring skill versus the power would mesh well at WrestleMania 31. However, you guys know Cena versus Rusev is most likely going to happen, not only at Fastlane, which is booked already, but at WrestleMania 31. You never know, could make a turn, but I think this would be a good match also. And the match that will most likely happen, out of the list, I'm not saying it's going to happen, I'm just saying out of all the participants that I've listed, this probably would be the most likely one, Seth Rollins. Okay? Now, the work that Seth Rollins has been doing he's been scorching hot. He has been absolutely stellar. He's going to be a huge fucking star, if not already a huge star, with his matches, with his work with John Cena on Monday Night Raw, the past few matches they've had, with his work. Although the latest Lumberjack match I didn't like. His latest work with Dean Ambrose, that Hell in a Cell match, was fucking brutal. Both men going to the announce tables. Of course, his recent work at the Royal Rumble, he carried that match, I believe. Brock Lesnar is a beast, of course, but I think Rollins carried that match. That huge fucking elbow drop through the table, that huge Phoenix Splash. He has the mic work to back it up. You guys, that was evident this past Monday Night Raw on the Snowden Raw when he gave that interview. Very impressive. Also, I like the intensity that Seth Rollins and Brock Lesnar showed when Rollins knocked the chair over. However, I did want a little more, but that was pretty intense, so I enjoyed that. Both men can go in the ring. 30-minute classic, 5-star match. Okay, however, Seth Rollins is looking to be have a date with Randy Orton at WrestleMania 31. Because the last time we saw Randy Orton on Monday Night Raw and television period, he was in a match with Rollins, and after the match, the proceedings, um, he was curb stomped on the steel steps by Rollins, and he was busted open the hard way. So I think they're gonna develop a feud, and that should be also a great match too. I'm not saying it wouldn't. I'm just saying Rollins and Bryan would be much better. So they could go that way. They could go another way. Bottom line of this video, guys, we saw a shit show with Daniel Bryan being eliminated so early at the Royal Rumble. I think us as fans, as wrestling fans, deserve the least WWE could do. Vince, Paul, Kevin Dunn, Stephanie McMahon, the least they could do is just give back to us and give us Daniel Bryan. Now, look, I'm trying to look on the bright side. I know you guys too, Daniel Bryan fans out there. We still get to see him wrestle day in, day out, every week. Hoping, if his neck holds up, we get to see him fight at WrestleMania. So the least they could do is put him in a great match, a great feud. I don't want to see him in a feud against Sheamus. Please don't send him down the card, the Sheamus. Don't get me wrong, I love Sheamus. He's a hard hitter, he's a stiff worker. I love stiff workers, seeing them in the ring. However, I think, in my opinion, no disrespect to Sheamus, it would be a step down to the combatants that I just listed. So, guys, that's the video of opponents possible for Daniel Bryan at WrestleMania 31. Comments down below. I want you to tell me who you think Daniel Bryan should face at WrestleMania 31. If you think he should be inserted into a triple threat match at WrestleMania 31 with Reigns and Lesnar. Who knows? That might happen. You guys tell me down below. If you like the video, like the video. If you want to see more videos like this, if you want to see Raw reviews, SmackDown reviews, pay-per-view reviews, you want to see the return of Hot Tag, which if you guys don't know, that is where I discuss all the news and rumors concerning WWE, all the juicy stories. You're going to get it, breaking down the weekly big news stories. Guys, trust me, I may not be the best YouTube channel, but I promise, if you fucking subscribe, you're not going to regret it. Guys, I'm out. Make sure to favorite the video, share the video, get the name Andrew Zimba out there, and I'm out. Peace.